So if you're not on Gab, definitely get on Gab. That is their Twitter handle. Get on Gab. Use their Dissenter app. You can comment on any URL online. They also, I believe, they have their free speech web browser. That's www.dissenter.com, www.gab.com. Of course, I'm also on Minds. And they recently had their Minds IRL event in Pennsylvania. I did not get to go. I was not invited. But I'm not sure if I would have been able to make it. So it was good to see that the Post Millennial and a bunch of other groups did articles, and there were some write-ups. I believe there's a gentleman that spoke, Daryl Davis, and of course you had people like the Red-Headed Libertarian there. And of course Tim Pool and so on and so forth. It was of course organized in part by Bill Ottman, who runs and owns or is a large part of the founding team of Minds.com, which of course is sort of a Facebook alternative. And I do say, check out the free market, okay? If you have a YouTube channel, I recommend you also get on BitChute. They have their importer tool. Lets you take your videos from YouTube, your entire channel, in fact, and back it up in one click. One click to back up your whole channel from YouTube to BitChute. So definitely check out that feature as well. I do like to promote the alternative alt tech sites because, as you can see, as the 2020 U.S. presidential election approaches, we're going to be seeing a little more of the censorship and the social engineering that became characterized largely. We got to see the nuts and bolts of it using Project Veritas and their looking into Google and the leaks from those people that were whistleblowing Google. So there is a lot of what you could call election interference going on. And I say, hey, if you want your voice to be heard, let's build up these alt sites. Of course, Dailymotion, Vimeo for videos, and I am also on Parler and Telegram. And if you want to check out my art, Instagram, but that's also a Zuckerberg product. And hey, you know, whatever works for you. But again, I think that there is a strength in diversity. It shows that, you know, you have options. You have a choice. If one content provider, if they can't be determined to be a platform or a publisher, if they're not doing their job to promote free speech, I mean, of course, some would argue they're a business. They don't promote, you know, our values here in America, or maybe in Hong Kong, where Hong Kong would like to have more free speech. They'd like to have a Second Amendment. Well, I'm going to keep on fighting for free speech. In fact, I have a new video out, The First Amendment, The Enlightenment, and XKCD. Check that out on my channel, where I talk a little bit more about free speech and what's been going on the past year or two online when it comes to tech censorship, big tech coming down, social engineering, telling you that it was the algorithm. We've changed our algorithms. Well, who writes those? Human beings. So you have also, of course, those manual decisions. No pun intended. A person sits down and makes exceptions for certain websites and makes sure that certain words can't be said. And there's all these different things. They say, well, you're demonetized because the advertisers, you're not advertiser friendly. And if it's not advertisers, it's the algorithm. They thought you weren't friendly to our ideology. You're gone because of ideology. That's what we're fighting against here, folks. And I hope you join me with a subscribe, a like, and a comment below. Definitely follow me over on Twitter at RealJeffTidwell. So, figured I'd get that all in there. I love talking about free speech because really that's the best way to keep it going. Don't worry about subjective, arbitrary terms like hate speech. It doesn't exist. It is in the mind's eye. It is a subjective view, as I've been discussing here. And, of course, people will use all sorts of newspeak, linguistic, filters, and put a post-truth spin on things so that you can't speak. They'll run you through the phases of censorship. Of course, the first phase is self-censorship. They'll say you should stop talking. Maybe you're not qualified to talk. You don't have the credentials. Let the experts speak, they might say. Of course, Richard Feynman said, science is the belief in the ignorance of the experts. Okay? So then you have the second phase of censorship, passive censorship. They say, you shouldn't listen to that guy over there. Okay? Jeff Tidwell, don't listen to him. Okay? He has some dangerous views. He's wrong. He's not scientifically correct. He doesn't conform to our ideology. Okay? He doesn't conform to right think. He's a wrong thinker. Don't listen. They'll smear you. They might defame you. But that's all part of passive censorship. Once they have control, they go to the final stage. It's called active censorship. That's where they silence you. Because, hey, moral virtue and universal truth await in the modern religion that is censorship.